Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Variable Barricade. Continuing our true route. My god, this is a clusterfuck. Anyway, Kasuga's gone. Chased him away. I hate this. Anyway, yeah, and we just brought Kazuya into our house, so here we go. He took a seat on the living room couch while pointedly ignoring the looks from the other three. I was actually impressed. He seemed confident and in control despite being in enemy territory. In fact, it was Ichiya who looked the most nervous by far. Is he going to be okay? No. There was surely some history between them, but Ichiya had asked us to leave the negotiations entirely to him. I quietly waited for him to begin talking while my insides fidgeted worriedly. Fidgeted worriedly. That's just not a smooth fucking bunch of words together. Kazuya, let's handle this in a business-like fashion since that kind of thing suits you. Sure, if that's what you want. Our demands are a business partnership with the Tojo family conglomerate. We already have everything in place for a big Christmas announcement. If I can announce my engagement there, it'd make a splash, as well as tie us more firmly to the Tojo name. And just so you're aware, I've already gotten approval from the family head on the partnership. Kazuya was forceful, confident, and thorough. I saw Ichiya surreptitiously. I know how to say surreptitiously, but for some reason, my brain didn't want to. God damn, I can't read right now. I don't know what my problem is. Anyway. I saw Ichiya surreptitiously take a deep breath. I understand your requests. But I'll be blunt. We can't approve the engagement. First, and most importantly, she doesn't want it. I see. That's an excellent reason. However, I can't simply nod and back down either. I didn't expect you to, so let me offer you a compromise. The last time we had a compromise, it was I marry Kazuya and Ichiya's my piece on the side. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go, Ichiya. Oh, let's hear it. Yeah, let's. Ichiya proposed the following. Firstly, Ichiya would become one of Grandfather's secretaries, overseeing the Tojo Shinzaki partnership. Secondly, Ichiya, Kazuya, and myself would attend the Christmas party and make a point of acting friendly with each other in front of the crowd. My suitor situation was already a popular rumor. It was likely that, seeing us so close, people would simply assume I was already engaged to Ichiya or Kazuya. Though he had been adopted by the Mitsumori family, nobody could deny that Ichiya was a Shinzaki's son. In other words, a formal engagement announcement between Kazuya and myself wasn't necessary. We could still convince everyone that one Shinzaki's son or the other would one day be married to the next head of the Tojo family. Nothing would obstruct the business partnership either. Kasuga will? That bitch is gonna come flying into this fucking party. Everything always happens at the Christmas party. That was the best compromise that Ichiya and myself had to offer. What do you think, Kazuya? Will you do us the favor of compromising on this? Good question. Kazuya paused for a moment, considering the deal we had proposed. He looked detached, businesslike. It was an utterly different face from the person I knew as Kazu. Grandfather had been right to say he was a businessman with ambition and talent. After a time, Kazuya nodded slowly. Well, it does fulfill my demands. I think we can call it a deal. But only if you accept one more condition. I knew he wouldn't simply okay it as is. Ichiya had warned me ahead of time that, given Kazuya's personality, it was highly unlikely he'd approve of our plan without adding more conditions. The problem was that what those conditions would be. I sat perfectly still, trying not to let on how nervous I was. Ichiya glanced at me and then solemnly asked, Which is? Add me to her group of suitors. Huh? Oh, that was Ichiya. Huh? Wait, what? My eyes popped open so wide I thought they'd roll out onto my lap. Kazuya looked at me with a playful smile. In deference to you, Ichiya, I won't force the issue, but if I win her heart fair and square, you won't have anything to complain about, right? Well, no, but... So that's how you're gonna play it, eh? Well, I suppose nothing could be better for him than actually marrying her. Wait, is he a rival now? Oh gosh, Ichi, what are we gonna do? When I first met Kazu, it didn't seem like he had any romantic interest in me at all. To hear him talk about winning my heart now, I'm not sure how to react. Considering it was me they were discussing, I wondered if I ought to say something, but I did say I'd leave the negotiation to Ichiya, so I stayed silent. Alright. I like how Ichiya's like, yeah, sure, and you're like, whoa, I know I said I'd leave it to you, but this is like my fucking life, and like, well, I mean, doesn't mean I have to marry him, so Ichiya nodded in agreement, a sour look on his face. The others looked between each other in surprise, and Kazuya suddenly laughed. It was bright, playful laughter, full of joy. It also carried a note of pride. Wow, Ichiya, you've changed. Thanks to Spacey and the others, I'm sure. I think this is the first time you've ever been so bold with me. I might have to rethink my opinion of you a bit. Poor Ichiya. I feel even in the true route where we're like not dead, he's getting his ass handed to him by his brother. Like, poor Ichiya. Stop being a punching bag. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Where's my brother now that we're talking about it? Listen, I don't care. I still love him. And don't worry, I keep my promises. And your proposal isn't half bad. I expect this relationship of ours will be a profitable one. And then we tell him about grandfather. Oh, by the way, Ichi's your secretary now. Huh? Our meeting wound down with a little small talk, and then Kazuya left. As he had promised from the beginning, he handled the entire thing in a purely professional fashion. Perhaps because of that, I was able to keep myself from searching his face for signs of the Kazu I knew. Though I'm not sure what I think of that, either. I pondered it for a moment. I doubt this will be of any help, but the time I spent with you as Kazu, that was the real me. I'm always ready to go back to being Kazu the wise advisor for you. Feel free to get in touch whenever. I'll be waiting. My baby brother Ichiya will be a handful, but please take care of him. He's like... Still, I don't think I can make myself hate him. I know, he seemed like in Ichiya's route, you were like, God, he's a twat! And then like you're like, okay, he's got some redeeming qualities. And like, now, but I mean, he had to be in Ichiya's route, because otherwise you're like, but no, I really like Kazu. And then like, you know what, you wouldn't be on Ichiya's side as much. You know what I mean? He did kind of like come around in the end though. And like now it's like, well, he doesn't actually, in this, the true route is like, he's not that bad. You wonder, is he gonna be our husband in the true route? Okay, well, I was like in the middle of fucking talking, and thank God I had the preview up on my thing, and I glanced over and I'm like, and we're still on this screen! So, yeah, no, because of course, my fucking recording software needed an update, which it didn't tell me about, and that would have been fine. It's my goddamn fucking my graphics card, and I really fucking hate it, because it doesn't tell me it needs an update when I turn my fucking computer on, and half the time when you go into it, it's like, no, there's no update, and you have to go and you update the driver for, like, your art software, and then, like, then you go back to the game one, and then it's like, oh, there's an update, even when you, like, refresh, check for updates, like, you don't need an update. Yeah, you fucking do. You always fucking do, son of a bitch. Swear to goddamn Anyway. So I was basically, we lost, like, 5 minutes. But I was basically in the middle of this and a long-ass rant about... My fucking controller is also just got some drift going on with it lately, because I put it down and it starts scrolling back. It's doing all sorts of crazy shit. There's a ghost haunting my fucking controller right now. Oh my god. Go away, Norton. Norton, seriously? Fuck off. I don't want you open right now. I said ignore, and it's like, oh, by the way, here you go. No, fucking A. Fuck off, Norton. Literally, go away. Dear God. But anyway, I think it was in the middle of talking about, like, if Kazu was going to be her husband in this. And my original thought process was, well, probably not, because he's supposed to be the antagonist in Ichiya's route, right? But every other antagonist that was introduced in a route was introduced in the route and not in the common route. So then I was like, well... But at the same time, if you were really into Kazu as a character and you wanted a route with him, this really wouldn't be it, though. I feel like it'd be extremely disappointing. You know what I mean? Because you're like, well, it's throughout, and you don't get the ride, you don't get the emotional roller coaster, and, like, you know, the feels that you get from going through the other routes, and the, like, ups and downs and the twists and turns. You're just like, oh, okay, fine. It's an arranged marriage, and sure, you might love him at the end, but it's like, it doesn't give you the same impact as playing an actual route would. So I feel like that would be hugely disappointing for people who really love Kazu. I don't hate him. You know, I think in Ichiya's route, it was like, you suck! And then he kind of redeemed himself. I think I was saying that when the thing cut off. But if I were going to have a route with him, I don't want it to be like this. Plus, this is also my... No! I never liked... What the fuck? Why is my goddamn fucking controller, like, doing this drift bullshit? I don't know why. I just started doing it, like, now. Like... It's just started doing it today when I plugged it into my, like, little handheld thing. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, I don't normally like single independent women routes because that's not what I come to fucking Hitome games for. I come to date hot 2D guys, right? Not to be single independent woman. Stop it with the drift! Holy fucking shit, why? It's so irritating. I'm gonna chuck it. I'm, like, not having a good day right now, but I'm so fucking behind. And I should have gotten stuff done yesterday. But, like... My friend wanted to go see Lost Boys in the theater, and I was like, oh, okay, fine. But then, like, I could have recorded at least an hour or two before and I'm like, so I was, like, frustrated. I'm like, we had fun, but I'm like, I could have gotten some stuff done because I'm fucking far behind. So I'm, like, having to cram more into it, and now this is happening. I'm like, I'm gonna chuck shit, because, like, I don't have time for this kind of bullshit to be happening when I'm fucking behind. Like, don't fucking stress me out, Jesus Christ. I'm also fucking sweating, what the hell? It's like menopause or some shit, because it's like 70 degrees in here and I'm sweating my ass off. Like, I don't know what is wrong. I can't regulate my body heat anymore. Anyway, yeah, I want the single independent woman round if it means I can bone my brother Butler on the side, okay? And, like, playing Beard Shana in tandem with this just set me up for being prepared for dating my brother, and I'm not even fazed by it anymore, and I might need therapy, and yada yada. Anyway, we've said all this shit before, but that's kind of what happened. So, I think that was all my hot takes that got cut off. So we hope that this is still recording on I Can't Tell. So anyway. It was unfair of him to send this kind of whisk message with this kind of timing. But I couldn't deny that it was a bit of a relief too. I suppose I ought to simply chalk it up to the wisdom of experience on his end. It was wisdom and confidence I didn't feel from Ichiya, who was technically his age. I certainly wouldn't say as much out loud, however. Okay. Looks like we got a handle on that whole issue now. Though with strings attached. Yeah, but now we can move on. Indeed, we must start thinking about what to do next. That was true. Thanks to their help, the problem with the Branch families and their extra suitor was solved. But I glanced at the four of them. They looked tired, but triumphant as well. I glanced away, a soft sigh escaping my lips. Kusuga. We still haven't touched the biggest problem, though. I returned to my rooms. Sitting on my sofa, I hugged a cushion and stared off into nothing for a while. Basically where we were when I looked over and I was like, damn it! So you missed my, like, just being so excited that there's Kusuga, thank God! Again, I don't give a fuck that he's my brother. Not any... I wasn't expecting full-on brother, but, like, whatever. I jumped off the fucking debauchery cliff, okay? I was like, I didn't roll down that hill. I just lunged right the fuck off it, apparently. I don't know when, and I don't know how. I really was going to start singing songs from the fucking Little Mermaid. I don't know why everything can go back to every time there is literally something in that lives rent-free in my fucking, like, soul, okay? Because, like, every time there's always the, Daddy, I love him! And then the, I don't know when and I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now, and that's me falling for my fucking brother, and I'm okay with it. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, there is always some kind of fucking Little Mermaid shit going on in the back of my fucking brain, and it's actually funnier because his voice actor does the voice actor does Azul in Twisted Wonderland. We know we've said this before, and I'm just saying, I mean... It's not because Azul's supposed to be like Ursula that I'm into it. It's literally because Yana Toboso drew that motherfucker like sexy as shit. You're like, he's like dressed in everything. He's got a hat and glasses, motherfucker, like in flair. Like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm in. You know, it's just nice that it tied into the. Anyway. Oh, God. I'm not drinking. I should be. Miss Spacey, I've brought a pot of tea. Don't leave me. Come on, we need some really good Kasuga CGs, is all I'm saying. Normally, right around this time, Kasuga would come and bring a welcome pot of tea for me, but he didn't come today. That made me feel desperately lonely. It makes me feel desperately lonely, too. Sorry. I'm expecting something to get delivered, so I might have to, pause. You won't know. I won't tell you. You won't know. You'll know, because I'll tell you. Anyway, I wonder what he's doing right now. Pining for us, like we're pining for him. Miss Spacey, you mustn't listen to him. Everything he says is a lie. I can't actually wait to replay. I mean, some of these scenes we're not going to replay. But I freaking probably will, but I can't wait till that, because if you've played Twisted Wonderland, when you get to, Azul's chapters, was it chapter 3? I can't quite remember if it's 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4? Is it 4? I don't remember. But anyway, he's, really fucking good at the dramatic fucking, you know what I mean? It's just so good, and, there are times I will replay that, I'm like, I just love it when he gets all fucking dramatic and, cries a lot, because it's so good. It's so funny. So, I can't wait for this kind of the dramatic fit throwing, because it's going to be good, is all I'm telling you. Tsubame. His name was Tsubame. It will always be Kasuga to me, okay? Because that's just what we know him as. And he was my brother. Wondered how many lies he had stacked up, one on top of another, when he was with me. Or lied about loving me. Twisted, fucked up shit. Me, not the game. Me. Anyway, when grandfather first told me, the sheer shock of the revelation was immense. I felt utterly betrayed. I kind of felt a little betrayed by the game too, because it's why? Why would you give me the perfect fucking character and then make him my brother game? Again, you think that was going to stop me. It's not, but, it does make me feel slightly wrong. But I also just don't want to be right in this situation, so. Looking back on it now, in a calmer frame of mind, I can understand parts of it. His lie about not being Kasuga hasn't hurt me. Yes, I do wonder why he didn't tell me. Still, even without knowing the truth, I was able to make it this far because he was there with me as Kasuga. He made sure I wanted for nothing. He promised that he was my one true ally and that he would protect me from anything, no matter what. That part, at least, was no lie. Once I understood that, it became painfully clear just how completely I'd been reliant on him. Spacey, for these last 8 years, you've been living in a tiny birdcage zealously guarded by Kasuga. He was right. Grandfather had hit the nail right on the head. Yeah, but I like being in this cage. It's nice. Listen! 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 I know the first time we got introduced to a cage, I was like, the fuck is this shit? But now I've just grown accustomed to my cages, okay? And, depending on the character, sometimes I'm like, no, I don't fucking think so, bitch. To, hell yeah, I'll get in. Do you have a cage? To willingly asking if they have one for me to get into. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm not normally pissed about it anymore. So, in this case, our grandfather's trying to make me pissed. Oh, Kasuga's got you in a cage. I mean, okay. You say that like I'm supposed to be upset about it. I'm here for it. I'm just saying. It's like this game doesn't know me. It may have been only because of a misunderstanding, but the loneliness I'd felt then was real. I was scared, sad. I missed the company of people who cared. Tired of crying, my only option was to harden my heart until it acquired a solid shell of ice. The only one who reached out to pull me from that prison was Kasuga. And the thing is maybe that's also why, even though you got into an accident you didn't remember, and that's maybe why she felt so lonely. Because, there was something that she remembered about him in the back of her mind, something was missing, and it was Kasuga. Or, in her case, Tsubame at the time. Hold on, I'll be right back in a hot second. Okay, sorry, I had to run downstairs, grab that, because I had cold things. Anyway, I think we already read that the only one who reached out to pull me from that prison was Kasuga. Kasuga became my personal butler, and the day I finally realized, he truly was on my side, I finally felt like I could breathe in that house. I can't breathe in my house because I ran downstairs, I shoved everything in the fridge so fast, and I ran back upstairs, and I'm like, I can't breathe. Fucking fat and out of shape, okay? And that's what made me wonder, Can't run upstairs. Short flights. But compared to what you and Tyga talked about, something's definitely off. And this is going way beyond simply being overprotective. Right. Looking back on his actions up into and including this most recent event, it almost seems as if he wants you to be isolated, Spacey. No, let me rephrase. It's as if he's trying to force the phrase, I'm your only ally, to be true. And we know that's not the case. Well, that he's our only ally. But I still love him. It's really difficult. At the time, I'd been shocked to hear about this other side of him, but I'm sure that isn't it. I mean, I walked into the birdcage Kasuga built of my own will. Exactly, and I'm happy here. It was a safe space, a place I could run away to without anyone stopping me. Of course, I dove into it straight away. Kasuga knew I would too. That's why he focused so hard on protecting the cage he built. Yes, as a result, I was cut off from other people, and my world was narrowed to a tiny space. But at the time, I desperately needed that security. So stupid. Yes, I was being stupid, but Kasuga? He was being preposterously stupid. My voice echoed hollowly in my empty room. I'm not going to be a little child forever, you know. I clutched the cushion so tightly its seams creaked.
When you became friends with Miss Samugi in middle school, I breathed a heartfelt sigh of relief. I knew she'd broaden your world, at least a little. Now, living together with your suitors, I suspect your world's expanded even further. The birdcage is on the verge of breaking open.
Yeah, that's great. And I need, normal birds. They need some free time. My birds are free downstairs right now. But they need their cage to feel secure sometimes. Oh, I'm just saying. Exactly. Kasuga and I had been in our own little world for so long, but like grandfather said, little by little it had grown. Samugi was the one who opened the first crack. Then my suitors were crammed in, widening it further. In the process, I became friends with Arimura. Wonder what Kasuga thought, watching me have fun exploring all the new things I'd found out. You didn't seem like you... Okay, technically, where this, I feel like, jumps in from the main route, you were like, oh, these suitors and blah, blah, blah. And I guess they kind of gloss over when you start this true ending. I was kind of having fun getting to know them. And, we do that in all the routes. Like, oh, I hate this. They're not so bad. And you kind of, warm up to them. But, the way this one kind of starts, they kind of rush through that. And they're like, oh, I'm so frustrated. And this is annoying. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I guess it's okay. And it's like... So they give you the impression at first that she's just annoyed with it. But, now it's we're going back to, I guess they did say that, but it's just, because it went by so fast, that now when we're here and she's like, I'm having so much fun doing all these things with new people. It's like, no, you really weren't, though. Yes, eventually we did, and that's the point we're trying to get across here, but it's I don't know, in this ending it came on kind of fast. Well, it's because it's a shorter ending, but... And we're supposed to kind of, if you think about it, pull in all the influence from the other routes and be like, okay, even if we didn't fully go down the routes, we spent the time we spent with the boys kind of in this route too, technically, in that little gap, right? And we're supposed to fill in that gap and be like, oh, well, we were having fun hanging out with them and getting to know things, but I don't know, there's a part of me that just wants this one to have been like, no, I want to climb in the cage with Kasuga. Come on, just fucking give it to me, goddammit. I am clinging so desperately to this. It's just not going to give me what I want, and I'm going to be disappointed, is all I'm saying.
Now's our only chance. Now that you've finally begun to open yourself up to people who are not Kasuga. Now we can hope to return Kasuga to Tsubame.
I don't want to. I want him to stay Kasuga. I hate to admit it, but grandfather's probably right. When he learned that I had discovered his lies and that he couldn't keep up his deception any longer, Kasuga ran away. He'd always kept his cool before then, expertly making logical decisions. This time he felt so cornered, he broke and ran. Wish I could talk to you properly this time. I want to hear you explain it. Tell me why. Why all of this? No sooner had the words left my mouth when my phone jangled, announcing a new Wisp message. I looked at the screen. I was like, I wish you were here. And I'm like, he probably has spy cameras up in here. He's going to hear us. And then, yeah. He's Google. It knows. You're like talking about some shit, and then the next time you open your phone, there's like ads for the same thing you were talking about. Because like fucking Kasuga's Google. He's just listening. Sender, Kasuga. Oh,
Miss Spacey, I beg your forgiveness. I'm well aware that vanishing as I have makes me a failure as a butler. But if you're magnanimous enough to still have faith in me, I beg you to give me at least one last chance to be your protector.
oh god, anything. I wish there were choices. I really do wish this one, like, it's not going to be the way I want, but my second best would be giving you the two complete ending. Like, one being like, okay, Kasuga, you're fucking crazy, and then the one where you just straight up go down the fucking crazy train with Kasuga. Like, I just want that. Not as quote a bad ending. There is actually a bad ending. I don't know how the hell you technically would get that. Oh, I think the bad ending in this technically is like the marriage endings with all the suitors where you like pick the rose. That this the one for this one I think is you're like, don't do any of them. You know what I mean? And then that leads to a bad ending. So it's not really related to this ending. But I kind of want there to be like that fucking Clue-esque type thing where there's like multiple endings for this. But like, you know what I mean? Because like, it's not going to be satisfactory to me because I love Kasuga, and you tried to make him my brother thinking that was going to stop me, and it's not. And now you're going to disappoint me because you're not going to give me the route I want now.
I'll come to retrieve you on 12/24, a Christmas Eve.
24th, the day before the big Christmas party. I told you what always happens on the Christmas party. If I respond to Kasuga, it would betray everyone who's protected me and helped me get this far. I can't do that. Don't! No! But I couldn't simply leave Kasuga like this either. Yeah, go with him! Kasuga... Tsubame... I had no idea what would happen after we talked. Maybe I'd wind up losing my one and only ally who was more precious to me than anything. Still, I want to see him. So do I want to run away with my goddamn brother. December 24th, Christmas Eve! When Kasuga came to fetch me, that would be my one last chance to have a face-to-face talk with him. I was like, shit, we jumped to Christmas Eve real fast! No, we didn't. I had to make my decision by then. Go with Kasuga, that's my decision. There's no fucking choices in this, because that would be my choice, and they know goddamn well. The days gradually rolled forward. When Ichio revealed he was actually a Shinzaki, it marked the start of several changes in my life. One of those changes...
Spacey, I hope you had a nice time at school today. The car's waiting for you. Please watch your step.
The car is waiting for you. Please watch your step. Nayuta, what the fuck? It's been so long since I played his route. Did I just say we were going to give him a different voice, or did I actually do it? I feel like I was like, we should have, and we just didn't. I will. Thank you for coming to get me every day. Kasuga used to pick me up from school every day, but now it's Nayuta who filled that duty. But Nayuta makes a really good bodyguard. He's adorable. You want to pat him on his head. Like, good dog. Why him? It's simple, really. Make a long story short, he was never truly a suitor.
And for generations, the Yagami family served as bodyguards for important people. And I got a job with the family when I got out of school, but, stuff happened and I kinda got disowned. When I was trying to figure out what to do, I happened to meet you, Spacey. I was head over heels. You stepped on me and I liked it.
Just throwing that in there.
I knew that I just had to be your bodyguard, so I kinda asked to be added in as another of your suitors.
That's not at all what happened, though. No, back it up, motherfucker.
I wanted to be your bodyguard, so I asked your grandfather, and he said, okay, if you pick me as your bodyguard, I didn't know I was going to be here as a suitor. They're all trying to be your bodyguards too, right?
Like, motherfucker, you had no clue what you were doing here. He says that like he fucking knew. He didn't fucking know.
He's an idiot.
I love him, don't get me wrong, and that's why we love him, is because he's a big fucking idiot. Like, you're a big dumb idiot. You didn't know you were my suitor. You were here comparing him to be my bodyguard the whole time, you dumbass. Try to act like you knew what the fuck was going on the whole time. You're as clueless as I am. Anyway. In other words, he was tricking me the whole time. Just like Taiga was. No! No, you're just not smart enough for that. Game, stop it. Stop it. Now you're really making me mad. Trying to make Nayuta look like he was smart and conniving. Bullshit! He's too stupid and innocent for that shit. And how dare you take Kasuga away from me? I hate this ending. Yeah, something wrong. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and ask. He was in a suit. It fit him surprisingly well. I know he really does look good in a suit, though. He cleans up nice. And his bearing was much calmer, more focused. He wasn't acting like a border collie puppy anymore. I have to admit, this reminds me of... Oh, what was that one famous movie? The Guardian or something? God, they're bringing it all around. It's not half bad. Anyway, if I remember my schedule for today, I have a party I'm to attend this evening. Oh, yes, that's right. Due to time constraints, we have to head there immediately, so I asked Shion to come along with us. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Well then, shall we be off? Yes, miss. Again, but this kind of is the ending I wanted in a way, right? Because we have our personal chef, Ichiya. We have our frickin', like, business partner, Kazu. We have our makeup artist and fashionista, stylist, Shion, or stylist. We have our car guy, frickin' Taiga, and we have our bodyguard, Nayuta, and I just need my sexy butler. I don't care if he's my brother. And then I got my fucking, like, single independent woman man harem, and they all have jobs, but their number one job is doing whatever the fuck I want them to. I'm okay if that's where this is going. I'm here for that. But you can't forget Kasuga. I don't care if we're brother and sister. I'm just saying. We need the full-on package. You can't half-ass this, okay? Hello there, Spacey. Did you enjoy school? Well enough, I suppose. Shion was waiting in the car. He nodded, seeming satisfied at my answer, and opened the large bag sitting on his lap. I don't think any of them would care if they weren't our husband, if they were just our boy toys while they had jobs on the side that they were getting paid. They're getting paid, but they're also getting to have fun. I'm just saying. And they get to stay and live together. I mean, it's perfect. I love this situation. Let's do this. Inside were palettes of eyeshadow and lip gloss, bottles of foundation and mascara, a powder compact, and more. There was a smaller case, too. This one contained an assortment of makeup brushes in different sizes, all neatly organized. You'll be accompanying your grandfather at today's party, so I thought we might go with a lighter base tone to your makeup. What do you think? I nodded to everything he suggested, and Shion went to work with a pleased smile on his face. It felt a little like he was casting a magic spell on me, and then it wouldn't be weird if you're, like, changing in the backseat of the car with him, because you know you've done everybody. Because Taiga's the one driving, Nayuta's in the front seat, you've been with all of them, so, I mean, I'm just saying, this is like... Look, this is the ending, this is in my head now, my man harem ending. Don't take that from my cold dead hands game. Can we just stop playing this game right now and be like, we're done? This is it? We're getting the man harem and we're going to imagine, and I don't really want to know what actually happens? It's going to disappoint me, isn't it? I couldn't help but remember the story he told me about himself earlier. I like how this ending is like all their secrets come out. My father's a French photographer who's famous for a set of works he called his Angel series. Shion showed me a photo album, and in it there were several photos of him when he was little. He looked beautiful, graceful, even angelic. I like how it does bring everything back around and it tells you all their truths, you know? I was his model for a time, too. I went by the name Amethyst. This was when I was still a small child, though. He looks like 14 or 15, not a small child, but the fans I made back then later became my patrons. They were kind and welcoming, and I moved between them as I chose. That also sounds slightly creepy, though. I was a young child, and they were my fans, and then they became my patrons, and I was basically like, These people were probably adults when they were your fans, and then that's just a little weird. I'm just saying. Let's just leave that one. I'm gonna ball that one up and throw it behind us, and let's just forget about it. And I chose to be with the ones who said they needed me. I thought you might be another person who needs me. Thus, I decided to come here. We need you for fashion advice because Kasuga left and I don't know how to put on my clothes. Kasuga did it for me. I'm just saying. Me, needing Shion. I looked up and my eyes met his. He smiled and blinked. I hurriedly turned my gaze away. This actually, honestly, is the best man harem, though. I mean, like, okay, Code Realize was a really good man harem because we were all, like, buds, friends, pal. Like, that was good. But, like, some other games don't fit. You're like, it's going to be hard to get you guys to agree and deal with each other in the man harem. There's going to be some fights and shit, okay? Like, that's why there's rule. But, like, this is, like, a very cohesive, functioning man harem. Is all I'm saying. Like, I'm here for this, and I feel like the creators of this game should have been like, this is prime man harem material. It is like perfect. It is like a beautifully crafted fucking work of art of a man harem, is all I'm saying. Amethyst's eyes forgive all. All of a sudden, Shion's tagline from that era came to mind. He's like a cat, free-willed, whimsical, and carefree. But I have to admit, I can understand how living a pampered life thanks to those captivating eyes would be difficult to give up. I understand it, yes, but I have no personal reason to lean on him. You're acting so odd today, Spacey. She just doesn't want to admit she's into the man harem. What are you talking about? I am not! Then please hurry, we're almost there. Yes, don't worry. I will make certain you look breathtaking. We arrived at the venue. I noticed that grandfather was already there, chatting with the party sponsors, exchanging greetings. Standing beside him was... Hey there, I'm glad you made it on time. And wow, Shion does good work. And no one would believe you were just at school, not the salon. Oh, that's not to say you aren't still stunning, au naturel. You truly are. Why, thank you.
What the heck are you doing, Ichiya? We're not done here yet. You're coming with me.
Yes, coming right away. I'd best hurry. I'll see you later, Spacey. Sheesh. Not having an honest job might change him a little, but I suppose he's still his old self in spite of it all. I like our flirt. Oh, that's true. Now he's like our grandfather's secretary. But he's supposed to be my personal chef. Okay, look. This isn't the perfect man harem ending. Because, like, he should be our personal chef. You know. And, like, well, maybe, you know, sometimes, at events, he assists our grandfather so he can be at events with us. Like, our personal stylist is at events with us. Like, all of my entourage is here, and they're just my man harem boys. Here for this. Oh, the rest of our entourage is, like, Arimura and fucking Samugi, but... I don't know, I'm, like, okay. I'm just here for the man harem ending, okay? Because I'm not gonna get my runaway with Kasuga, I'm sure. Okay? I'm not gonna get that kind of fucked up ending. I want it, but we're not gonna get it. But I'm just saying. In accordance with the bargain we made with Kazuya Shinzaki, he was appointed his grandfather's secretary. How well is he doing in his new position, Taiga? You mean Ichiya? Blending in with the other guests, or not, Taiga leisurely made his way to my side, a cocktail in his hand and a smirk on his face. I love how Taiga just, like... He looks like a rich playboy, though, when he puts on a suit. He's just because he gets, like, this haphazard, like, I don't give a shit. I'm wearing a suit, but, like, fuck that. Shirt's unbuttoned, whatever, a little rumpled. And everybody would be like, he must be really fucking loaded. Because he's not trying too hard. You know what I mean? Because he, like, gives no fucks. Perfect car guy. He's my driver, and he takes care of all my vehicles. I'm just saying, you know? They all have to have a job so that, like, people understand why they don't think anything. Secretly, they're like, is she sleeping with all of them? Yes! We have cuddle parties, we read books together, we play games, it's a great time. We take Nayuta on walks together. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, on the up and up, it looks like they all just work for me. I'm just saying, I'm here for it. Anyway. I hear he's doing pretty well, considering he's been under heavy scrutiny after getting appointed as Gramps' secretary out of nowhere. Word is he used to work at a business subsidiary of the Shinzaki family before all this started up. Guess we shouldn't be too surprised, eh? Really? And he was actually an honest businessman, unlike a certain someone who traipsed around overseas? Come on, babe. If you forget your sense of adventure, your life's as good as over. Besides, I'm working now. Chaperoning you and playing peacemaker for those three was no easy task, you know. Not just anyone could do it. That's also his job, too. He's there to drive us around, take care of our cars, and, like, manage the man harem. You know? While Kasuga isn't managing me. You know what I mean? Because, like, Kasuga can't do all of it. As wonderful of a butler brother as he is. I'm just saying. Well, the former part aside, I suppose I can agree with that. As Taiga just mentioned, he was still functioning in his old role as my now not-so-secret chaperone. He was also functioning as the organizer for my suitors. It was far from an ideal situation, in my mind anyway, but he was right. It took someone with his demeanor to successfully wrangle the other three. Exactly, because Kasuga might choke them. I'm just saying, perfect man harem. Every time they keep a line, it's like, again, another reason this is the perfect man harem ending. I'm not going to get it, am I? I'm just really hoping. Like every year, the last weeks of this year were busy. Normally, Kasuga would oversee my schedule, neatly shuffling and organizing all my various events and obligations. But this year was different. And instead, I had my 4 suitors all working in concert to keep things running smoothly. I'm just saying. Things weren't quite as perfect, but they were going far better than I had expected. I can manage just fine without Kasuga. No, we can't! Shut your fucking mouth! These last few weeks had proven as much, quite unexpectedly. It made me a little sad. It makes me extremely sad. Stop saying stupid shit. How dare you lie to yourself like this? I can't function without Kasuga. I mean, okay, I don't need him to dress me because I got Shion for that, and I feel like Shion's sense of style might be a little bit, above and beyond fucking Kasuga's. Okay. We don't need him to, technically bodyguard or pick us up all the time because we got fucking Nayuta for that. Taiga's gonna be, managing the man harem, so it's one thing off, Kasuga's plate. And technically, Ichiya should be cooking for us, but is also kind of, doing the whole Shinzaki thing, and then Kazu's, our business partner. I'm just saying, we still need Kasuga! But we've taken some of the burden off of him, okay? He doesn't have to be perfect at everything now. He can relax a little. But we still need him, and it's a lie to say we don't. Bullshit.
Ichiya, seconds, please!
I'll take half seconds, too. Nothing like work to make a man hungry.
Ichiya, where are my lemon wedges? I said I need lemon wedges squeezed over my steamed chicken and salad.
Ugh. You 3 have absolutely no tact. Yes, we have our gentleman's agreement, but my cooking is still primarily for Spacey. You cook for the man harem now, Ichiya. Whatever you say, dear. Yeah, thanks. Spacey? I blinked and looked up to find all 3 of them looking at me in concern. All 3? Aren't there 4 of them? Did I forget how to count?
Yeah, I guess it's no surprise you'd be thinking about him. Kasuga, I mean.
Heard anything? I lifted bites of steamed chicken to my mouth, buying time to compose myself. No. I haven't heard anything.
Like, that's a lie. What? He hasn't sent you any whist messages either?
Taiga took my words at face value, heaving a sigh of exasperation. I relaxed, reaching for my bowl of miso soup.
But this is Jeeves we're talking about, yes? He's definitely going to try something.
My hand twitched and froze in place. But, remember Nayuta tried shit? And we ran away with Nayuta, didn't we? Actually, we were like, you need to come for me. So I'm just saying. Shion's too sharp. Desperately kept my expression neutral, calmly moving a spoonful of miso soup to my mouth. The spoon was quivering a tiny bit, but I don't think anyone noticed.
I'll protect you with all I got, Spacey.
Don't hurt Kasuga. Yeah, having someone around to keep an eye on you at all times seems like the wise move. Let's ask Tsumugi to help too. I like how everyone's trying to protect us from Kasuga, but we're like, I don't think I want to be protected. I know, I sure as fuck don't absolutely 100% want to be protected from Kasuga, okay? Don't, just leave me alone, I'll go. But she's kind of hesitant about it. Which I don't agree with. I feel like we should just fucking jump in the car and go, but... A sigh escaped me the moment I stepped in my room. Kasuga... Christmas Eve. He would definitely come then. No matter how vigilant they were, he would get past them with ease. I knew he would. What should I say to him when he arrives? What would we talk about? What do I want Kasuga and I to be? Lovers? What I'm going for. I had no idea. Not yet. I know it sounds weird, but again, I jumped right off that cliff. Here for it! At some point, we're going to get a game where I actually seriously date my brother or some shit. Because I'm not 100% sure that, getting serious with Kasuga. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Excuse me, game. I hate this fucking drift. We're doing good for a hot minute there. I've never had this happen with my fucking Switch before. I have no idea why it's being such a douche weasel today. I've never had it do this, but anyway. We've had routes with cousins and stuff, but we've never had an actual sibling. And I'm just kind of shocked, but I feel like those are games that they exist, but they're we can't localize those. You know what I mean? I think you should at this point. We're all so in cages and verbal abuse and shit. Whatever. I mean, there's obviously going to be people uncomfortable with it. And in reality, absolutely 100% uncomfortable with that. Even the cousin thing, like, oh God. But at this point, with so much shit that we've been through in games, it's like, oh God, I'm not even phased anymore, fine. I think if I didn't like the character, I'd be like, no! But when I like the character and then they're like, you're related to them, I'm like, I mean, alright. I mean, it's not my first choice. My first choice is not like, oh, I hope one of these characters is blood related to me, because gross. But if you're going to try to throw that at me and think it's going to sway me, like, I'll get over it, okay? Don't make my favorite character my brother, all I'm saying. I don't know. Don't leave me! Kasuga arrives just as he promised and takes me away. But will my missing memories return amidst this swirl of chaos? Oh God, I love this. But like, if you look at this... Oh, wait a minute. Is that just the crap? That's usually the end. Okay, I'm not doing that. And then it goes here, but then there's also this one, and then it goes here. I didn't do that. My fucking remote is like, oh. I don't know why I didn't notice this at first. I thought that little block was the final one. Oh. Curious about that. I don't think we're going to find out, because I don't think we're going to get through this. I'm not sure who we're supposed to be. Are we? Wait, was this the game? No, we can't. I'm just gonna read it normal because I'm not sure. I feel like we're Kasuga, but where am I going? You ask? Heh, somewhere nice. It's a very, very nice place, you know. Okay, so it was Kasuga. Probably when he's a kid. Okay, anyway. Spacey, you always want to be together with me, right? Come on, let's hold hands. Yeah, was when he was running away with us? Be a good girl and don't let go, okay? And don't worry, it'll be fine. I'm here with you. All hands, but they're still just a little bigger than mine. I loved those hands. At least, I have this strange impression that I love them. Who are you? I really want this kind of fucked up, like we're totally okay running away with my brother ending. I really just want that so bad! I just want it. I don't know why. I woke to a throbbing pain in my skull. I think I dreamt, but I can't remember what. I could still feel those small hands holding mine. I laid in bed, staring up at the ceiling for a time. After a while, I took a deep breath and tried to pull myself together. Now's not the time for this. Today's important. I have to be at my best. I quickly began to get dressed, casting a glance at my phone sitting on my bedside table. The screen flashed the date. Today was December 24th. Yay! Today's the day! The sun is shining, the tank is clean. The tank is clean. Oh God, this bitch is in this route! I forgot Rue's voice. Okay. I don't remember exactly the voice we gave him. I'm gonna try to see if I can, like, muscle memory it, but I don't know. I think I remember. It was really annoying like that, wasn't it? Okay. Yoo-hoo! It's Rue! Merry Christmas, everyone! I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to yummy cakes and awesome presents tomorrow! I don't think that's quite as annoying as his voice was, but it works. Anyway. So let's see what today's angel divination says. If you're caught up in a bunch of icky family drama, the secret passcode to success is don't hold back! If there's something you want to say it! Let's yell away all our old stress before we start the new year! Don't hold back, yeah. If you're stuck in some icky family drama, don't hold back. I mean... Game. You don't have to tell me twice. That's like the wrong... I know Rue was like, say what you mean! No, but I mean, the game just said don't hold back, and I'm sorry, my mind went to a total like, okay. I mean, the game is just straight up telling us. Wouldn't your Christmas party be so much more fun if everything was solved and everyone could relax and eat cakes together? And that's all for today's angel divination from the angelically adorable Rushina. Have a heavenly day, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh my God, I can't stand it. That hurts my brain. Family drama, huh? That's one specific fortune. I almost feel called out. You know, he's been on the TV a whole lot lately. The old ladies at the park tell me he'd be their ideal grandchild. I I can't say I agree with that. He strikes me as someone with two very different faces. Yeah. My suitors were relaxing as if today was any other day. And it technically was, for them. Their big day was tomorrow, the Christmas party. I was the only one feeling nervous. Today was the day Kasuga was coming. What would he do? Imagine. Oh, I can. But I don't think the game's gonna let it go that far. Should I bring it up with the others? Probably wiser to discuss it with them, but...
Yeah! Hey, Spacey! It's almost time! We should get going!
Right. In the end, I couldn't bring myself to discuss Kasuga with anyone. So many conflicting thoughts, so many conflicting feelings when it came to him, that they paralyzed me. I was still unsure of what exactly I was gonna do. I honestly have no idea. Today was the last day of school before winter break, so all we had to do was an assembly. After that, everyone was free to go home. He's gonna be there. Kasuga still hasn't shown. He would, though. I knew he would. The problem was when and how. I know you're gonna be on edge all fucking day.
Ha! Spacey! How was your last day? I hope you had fun.
Oh. What's with the sour look, huh? Winter break starts tomorrow. You should be happy about all the time you're getting off. Time off you're getting.
Winter break starts right the fuck the second that bell after the assembly happened. Now it's winter break, bitch. Time off? I know my schedule. I may not have class, but the end of the year is busy for me.
Oh, yeah. Duh. That's right. You got stuff packed in every minute of every day from now till New Year's.
Yeah, and that makes being your bodyguard all the more important. I'll protect you from killer Christmas trees.
Oh, great. Now I gotta worry about that. Thanks. Just don't cause any trouble. Please.
Don't worry. Trouble or no trouble, you can count on me helping you to stay on schedule.
No. You're missing the point by a mile.
What? Spacey, get back!
Out of nowhere, a car zoomed up and screeched to a halt in between myself and the two men. Fortunately, none of us were hurt, but now there was a vehicle between myself and my two guards. Then, it's Kasuga.
Miss, I'm here to retrieve you.
You! Yeah! Surprised by the familiar voice, I didn't notice the car door pop open until I was yanked inside. I hope he's wearing his, normal, casual, hanging out outside of work outfit. That was, one of the best fucking moments in this game. You're like, Kasuga, you're dressed like a normal person. I like the butler outfit, but, what the hell? And, you knew he had some kind of secret. I mean, I was kind of suspecting this for a while, unfortunately. My feet were barely off the ground before the car peeled out and zoomed off. Ballsy? Ballsy move.
Damn it, he got us! Jeez, talk about your blitzkrieg tactics.
Tiger, get to the car! We have to chase after them, quickly! Wait, what? Where'd all these trucks come from? Now what? The car's boxed in!
Nayuta, run.
Thorough as always. You better not count us out just yet. I mean, we're the Tojo family now and all.
See? We're all the Tojo family. Because we's in a man harem. Thank you! Yes! Kasuga, listen, we're all gonna be in a man harem and it's okay. You don't ever have to be Tsubame again. You could just stay Kasuga, my sexy butler. Okay? Yes, he is dressed normal! He's wearing his normal clothes! Look, we just need normal Kasuga. Because, he shouldn't be wearing his butler clothes when he's on the run. All I'm saying.
Miss, I humbly beg your pardon for my terribly rude actions. But there was no other recourse.
Kasuga wasn't in his typical butler uniform. He was wearing street clothes. And yet his attitude towards me was as formal as ever. An attitude that felt strangely unnatural now. He's spent so long crafting and being stuck in this persona. How can you blame him, though? You know what I mean? You're like, could you just drop the act? And he's like, I don't know how anymore. I don't think he knows how to be anybody but Kasuga at this point. Kasuga, where are you taking me?
As I informed you earlier, miss, I've arranged for a place where I can shelter you. It's in England. We're on our way there now. Everything's in readiness. I presume the story told to the others will be that you're studying abroad.
England? Don't tell me you're taking me to see Mother and Father.
He's like, the look on his face is like, fuck those assholes.
I don't think Kasuga would absolutely take you there. 100% would not. Because, I meant to say I absolutely don't think. I'm like, I absolutely would not take you there. It just came out weird, but you know what I meant. Because, especially look on his face, he's like, they tried to take you away from me? Nah, fuck that shit. Kasuga didn't answer. If you are, then I wouldn't mind accompanying you. But if you're not, then I'll not go with you.
Oh? And that's so? And then why did you not resist me?
You ripped me fucking off the ground and drove away. I didn't really have much of a chance. I permitted you to pull me into the car because I wanted to talk face to face. I looked Kasuga right in the eye. Please, tell me, are you really my brother? Hi, Kasuga. Kasuga, lie and I'll believe it. I'm just gonna... What's gonna happen next depends on your answer, Kasuga. No? Okay, cool. Let's be in love then. I can just pretend that I know none of this.
Well,
You are? Why didn't you ever say anything? Please, answer me, Kasuga! Both Kasuga and I were jolted forward as the car suddenly slammed on the brakes. Because Nayuta's in front of it. Kasuga quickly checked to see if I was okay and then turned to the driver.
why just stop so suddenly? What's happening?
Apparently the road's been closed down? The report says something about traffic signal issues.
Traffic signal issues. And now of all times. No, this is no coincidence. It's that damned old man.
I hate that poor Kasuga is just so desperate. I just want to be, we need the time with him to talk to him and, Yeah! Kochiro's here, too. I kind of like that this ending is, every fucking person we've met in every other route is just here for whatever reason. I mean, Kojiro makes sense because he's our grandfather's bodyguard, but, Rue? He's just some kid on TV. I kind of appreciate this, So there we go. That ought to shut down all the major routes out of the city. I don't remember his voice. Thank you, Mr. Kojiro. I'm sure Taiga and Nayuta will be able to catch up to them now.
Sheesh, that boy. Kidnapping his sister yet again? Has he not learned it all? Certainly doesn't seem like he has.
Can I take that to mean there was a prior incident, sir?
Sir, I'll make my way to the scene, meeting up with Taiga and Nayuta along the way. I apologize, but please ask your other secretaries for further assistance.
I will. Go. Catch that idiot grandchild of mine.
Which one, sir?
Both of them. I meant the boy, but the girl's an idiot, too. I knew it. I have some means of reading my movements.
Kasuga mumbled to himself for a moment, then his eyes turned steely and cold.
In which case, I have no choice. Miss Spacey, come with me.
What? Poor Kasuga. I just feel so bad. They're all, chasing him down like a hunted animal. Stop it. Leave him alone. Kasuga jumped out of the car, grabbing my wrist and dragging me along with him. Wait, Kasuga, where are you? Oh, what are you doing?
We'll use that car as a decoy and summon another one to take us to our destination. Please forgive the walk.
You mean the run? It won't work. You know, grandfather. He's serious about getting me back, which means there's no way we'll be able to escape. You want to know that better than anyone else.
Please save your breath for running, miss.
Kasuga, you're hurting my hand. Pain shot through my hand as Kasuga squeezed it more tightly. It hurt, of course, but at the same time I was hit with an eerie feeling.
Be a good girl and don't let go, okay? And don't worry. It'll be all right. I'm here with you.
Child's voice, strangely reassuring, echoed in my mind. I can't do child Kasuga, okay, so. It was confusing, disorienting, but at the same time it was accompanied by a wave of nostalgia. That's kind of how my blackouts felt, not gonna lie. When I was having them. I've been okay for 2 weeks now, so that's good. Good for me. Still have no idea why, but anyway. Point being, but that's all of a sudden, whoosh, this wave of fucking vivid visceral memory happens and then it goes away and then you're I remembered something and then but I don't know if it was a memory or a dream. I have no fucking idea. But every once in a while, after a dream, you're have this vague impression of it. There's something in your mind, there was a thing, and they were pink or something, and you can see random bits and pieces, but nothing that you could put together or formulate into a cohesive thought or sentence or anything. But you know what I'm saying, because you've had this with dreams where you wake up and you're there was and you can kind of almost see it in the back of your mind, but you can't make logical sense out of it. But you still kind of sort of almost know what it was vaguely. It's like this weird where you're like, there's no comprehension there and you can't even explain it. That's what I still have about those, but like when they were happening, it was like 100% I knew exactly what was going on. Like, oh yeah, I've seen this before, like deja vu or a memory or just a recurring dream, because I have no idea. You know what I mean? Fucking weird. But anyway, it's this feeling. My blackouts, that's what the feeling. I see them! I don't remember who was screaming, so that was kind of like Taiga Nayuta combo. That voice! Kasuga stopped and whirled around. I looked behind us to see Taiga and Nayuta. We're never getting away now. Nayuta's way faster than Kasuga, especially when he's dragging me. He must have chased after us.
Sheesh. You really had to do this the hard way, huh? We got you now.
Yeah, you aren't getting away. Give up.
Taiga, Nayuta!
That was much too fast. You had some sort of plan in place, I assume.
Duh, of course we did. We made sure to stick a GPS tracker on her. We're not idiots.
What are you gonna do, Kasuga? If you want to fight, I'll take you up on it.
Leave my poor precious Kasuga alone. Look at him. He's so adorable in his fucking stupid scarf and sweater. I love him. He's so like, it's like so posh and slightly pretentious. You know what I mean? It's the fucking scarf. It's just a little extra scarf. It's like, you're like, you just... I just love it so much. Leave my Kasuga alone. I love him so much. Don't hurt him. Nayuta slid into a fighting stance, his puppy-like eyes turning wolfish. Kasuga's face twisted as he glared. But no matter how much he might wish otherwise, he stood no chance in a fight against a trained pro like Nayuta. I mean, a lamppost didn't stand a chance against Nayuta, so I'm pretty sure Kasuga's smart enough to know that he is absolutely, like, zero fucking chance. Kasuga, we should stop this. We both know it won't...
No, not yet. This diversion isn't nearly enough to make me give up.
Kasuga, wait! But he wasn't listening. He once again grabbed my hand and whirled around. I just feel so bad for him. Like, you just need the time to talk to him. But he's just like a cornered animal and he's like running and dragging you, and it's just so sad. Without hesitation, he started to run, but... I wasn't ready for a sudden start. I tried to turn and run to keep up, but I only managed a step or two before my feet got tangled around themselves. We're gonna fall and hurt ourselves, and he's gonna feel so awful. I couldn't recover in time, and... I fell flat on my face. Kasuga? I realized that suddenly Kasuga's hand wasn't holding mine anymore. He must have lost his grip when I fell. Looking up, I saw him standing stock still a few steps away. Pained look on his face, right? Because this is like, look at him. Oh, I love him so much. This hurts. Because he's remembering what happened as a kid. The same shit happened, you know? Kasuga, wait.
Miss Spacey! Spacey, are you okay?
Bastard! We told you you had no hope of getting away.
No, don't leave, Kasuga. Don't chase him away. Stop it. Kasuga quickly turned to dash towards me, but hearing the other two men froze him in his tracks. I was sure he realized that if he ran toward me, the other men would grab him. He seemed paralyzed by indecision. Run, Kasuga! Save yourself! I'll find you. Like, you don't want him to run away, but at the same time, you don't want him to run back. But to me, his actions looked very different. Wait. Don't leave me. Something was wrong here. Something had been off since this whole debacle had started. For some strange reason, this crazy situation, which was not normal by any stretch of the imagination, felt familiar. I didn't know why, but all this seemed something I'd been through before. Right, that's when we got hurt, right? Dun, dun, dun. We're technically between all the parts, like overtime, I think, at this point, because I have to edit 3 parts together. So I'm going to stop here and cock block us, and then we're going to come back into the middle of our flashback and see what's happening. The drama! Oh. This one, I kind of like the drama going on, but I also hate it because I feel like, wait, there's more? There's more twists to this crazy fucking. What the hell is happening? Like, this is like, yeah, just like the game is so kind of normal, and then you get to this, and you're like, the fuck? We were watching just like a normal, boring show, and then this route is like fucking Riverdale, where it makes no motherfucking sense, and you're like, I'm here for it, but like, the fuck is this bullshit? If they start breaking into song, I'm gonna lose it. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is like some like beyond soap opera level shit. I'm here for it. I love it. But like, I can't. There's more twists. I don't think they're going to be as dramatic as I'm expecting. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.